Years ago, I found a safety rule in a hospital's patient record system that protected almost everyone in the building and quietly endangered the sickest patients in it. The rule was sensible. Before a nurse could give a medication, a pharmacist had to review the order first. On almost every ward, that is exactly the safeguard you would want. But in two rooms, the emergency department and the post-anesthesia care unit, the gap between give this now and the drug reaching the patient had to be as short as humanly possible. There, the same rule became a barrier, a clinical hazard dressed up as a safety feature. The software could not see the difference. It knew the rule. It did not know the room. Stay with me, because in 2026, the whole of healthcare is living a much bigger version of that exact problem. For 2 years, clinical AI arrived faster than anyone could govern it. Tools that draft your notes, summarize a chart, surface a care gap, suggest an order. The market shows the stampede. AI in clinical workflow was worth around $2.8 billion in 2025, and it is forecast to pass $45 billion by 2035, growing better than 30% a year. Clinicians, exhausted and under-resourced, did not wait for permission. They reached for whatever saved them an hour. By 2025, that had a name: Shadow AI. Staff quietly pasting patient information into consumer chatbots that were never approved, never secured, never reviewed. Now the bill has come due. The people who track this closely are calling 2026 the year of governance, the year hospital leadership finally has to catch up to the clinicians who already adopted the technology. Here is what that rule taught me. I did not accept it. I went and built the difference. I pulled in an expert in the pharmacy module and an expert in the system's programming language. And together, we wrote a solution that recognized when a user was physically standing in the PACU and, only there, lifted the requirement for review before administration. Everywhere else, the safeguard stayed exactly as it was. Care in the place that needed speed got faster and safer. Care everywhere else stayed protected. One rule, made intelligent about context. I have thought about that fix a great deal this year, because the technology could learn the rule in a second. What it could not do, what no model can do, was feel the difference between a routine order on a quiet ward and the same order called out across a PACU bay. So here is the reframe I want every burned-out nurse, doctor, and allied health professional to sit with. The thing that makes AI safe in healthcare is exactly the thing you spent years acquiring, and now undervalue. The ability to know that a rule which is right in one room is wrong in the next. An algorithm can learn the rule. It cannot feel the difference. That difference, context, judgment, the instinct earned over thousands of shifts, is the scarcest input in the entire AI supply chain. And it is the one thing the technology cannot manufacture. Read the job market and you can see it. The demand is not for people who can build the models. It is for people who can govern them, people who have walked the ward. If the reframe is true, 3 foundations hold it up. Foundation 1, context beats capability. The model supplies capability. You supply context. Capability without context is what turned a safety rule into a hazard. The valuable move is not adding more capability. It is adding the judgment that tells capability where it does and does not apply. Foundation 2. Validation is the new bedside. Every credible 2026 AI policy now puts a clinician between the output and the patient, expert in the loop. That validation step is clinical work. It is the bedside skill, relocated to where care is now decided. It is the architect's shift. Foundation 3. Repricing, not abandoning. Moving from bedside to build is not leaving your expertise behind. It is repricing it into something that shapes how care is delivered for everyone. U.S. health informatics roles are projected to grow about 16% through 2033, far faster than average, and most of those clinicians work remotely at least part of the week. You do not need to learn to code to start. Here are 5 steps you can take this week. 1. Start a friction log. Write down every moment a system fights the care you give. 2. Learn the language of governance, validation, expert in the loop. 3. Find the committee. Identify who sits on your AI or clinical informatics committee. That is where the build decisions are being made. 4. Volunteer your judgment. Every health system needs clinicians to review outputs. 5I document one win. Capture a single example where you spotted what the computer could not. That evidence is your on-ramp. Step back and look at the next 10 or 20 years of your working life. The clinicians who thrive will not be the ones who out-typed the machine. They will be the ones who governed it. That role compounds. Every friction you log builds a body of evidence that you can see what the computer cannot. Digital transformation does not replace clinical innovation. It depends on it, which means it depends on people like you for a very long time. It's about the legacy you leave and the systems you build. Calm is the point. Tell me about a rule in your world that was right everywhere except one room. I read them all. When you're ready to talk, rodgamble.com is where to find me.